Friends, in the last lecture, we have started the topic 1.5, the necklace, and the first part has been completed. It is about one woman, namely Mathilde. They were from middle class family, but Mathilde would always dream of luxurious lifestyle, which was beyond of their condition, of their economical condition. Yet she would always expect life of luxurious people. Once Mathilde and her husband were invited at the Ministry of Education for one ceremony. That ceremony was of rich people, of prestigious people. When Mathilde knew about that invitation, instead of getting delighted, she became so nervous because she did not have rich dresses and rich jewelry. She wanted to be so charming, so pretty in that party, and for that thing she wanted rich dresses, rich jewelry. When she asked for the dress, at that time his wife managed to give her 400 francs from his saving. But he again wanted some jewelry, and to buy jewelry it was not affordable for Mathilde's husband. So Mathilde managed those jewelries from her one former schoolmate who was very rich. She cooperated her by giving her jewelries, and she gave her superb diamond necklace. After getting rich dress and rich jewelry, she became very happy, excited. She went into that party. She enjoyed that party heartily. She enjoyed that party fully with her husband. She danced wildly as like she was floating in the cloud of happiness. She was in extreme happiness. She enjoyed that party whole night. At 4 o'clock, they both left that hall and reached their house by one taxi cab. When they both reached their house at that time, Mathilde looked in the mirror for her final look. As soon as she looked in the mirror, she was totally shocked. She was totally collapsed because that superb diamond necklace was not in her neck. It had been lost. Look, that necklace had been of her former friend, and they were from middle class family. And she realized, she knew that the necklace had been lost. Really, it was so devastating for them. It was very terrible for them. Mathilde's husband was also shocked. He could not believe on that thing. He just got shocked, stunned. Now look, what happened with that necklace, whether they got that necklace or not. Now I'm starting second part. We have seen these things in first part. Now I'm starting second part. Page number 22, second part. Pay attention everyone. Look what happened with that necklace, whether they got or not. They looked in the folds of her dress. Then they started searching of that necklace everywhere. They looked in the folds of her dress, in the folds of her cloak. Cloak means one long outer garment wear on the shoulder. One long outer garment which is worn on the shoulder as like in Marathi dupatta. In her pockets everywhere, they both were panic stricken. They both started to search that necklace everywhere. They looked in the folds of her dress, in the fold of her cloak, in her pocket, everywhere, but they could not find it. They started to search that necklace everywhere. They found in the fold of her dress, in the fold of her cloak, in her pockets, everywhere, but unfortunately they could not find that necklace there. Are you sure you still had it on when you left the hall? He asked her. Then Mathilde's husband asked her whether she was sure that she still had that necklace when she left that hall. Mathilde's husband asked her whether she had been sure that she had that necklace with herself when she left that hall. Yes, I touched it in the hall at the ministry. Mathilde was sure about that necklace. She told her husband that necklace had been with her when she was in the hall. Yes, I touched it in the hall at the ministry. And Mathilde was sure that necklace had been with her when she was in the hall. But if you had lost it in the street, we would have heard it fall. At that time, her husband told her that if Mathilde had lost that necklace on the street, then they would have heard of its falling. According to Mathilde's husband, if she had lost that necklace in the street, then they would have heard it fall. It must be in the cab. So according to Mathilde's opinion, that necklace might be in the taxi. That necklace might have been fallen in the taxi cab. Yes, that's probably. Mathilde also felt same. Mathilde also felt same. She answered, probably it may be in the taxi. Did you take his number? So she asked her husband whether he had taken the number of taxi. So she asked her husband whether he had taken the number of taxi. No, unfortunately, Mathilde's husband had not taken the number of taxi. Look, it's very important to also travel by private vehicles, private taxis. It's a good habit to note down the taxi number, the bus number while traveling. It needs very less time to note down the number. It would help you in any way. It's a good habit to just note down that vehicle number, that taxi number or bus number, because in such condition it would help. But unfortunately, Mathilde's husband had not noted that number. They stared at each other stunned. When Mathilde replied no at that time, they stared, means looked at each other. They were totally shocked. They had been totally shocked. They were just looking at each other. At last, Loisel put his clothes on again. At last, Loisel put, means Mathilde's husband again wore his clothes. I'm going back, he said. Over the whole route we walked and see if I can find it. He wore his clothes and he told Mathilde that he was going back over that whole route where they had walked to see that necklace. I'm going back, he said. Over the whole route we walked and see if I can find it. After getting ready, Mr. Loisel told Mathilde that he had been going back on the whole route where they walked to see whether they could find it or not. He left and by telling Mathilde's husband left the house. He remained in her ball dress all night, her mind blank. Look, Mathilde was totally distressed. Her mind had been totally blank. She could not think anything in that distressful situation. Her husband returned at about 7 o'clock. Her husband returned at about 7 o'clock after finding the whole route. He had found nothing, but unfortunately he had found nothing. Although he had found whole route, he had gone wherever they had walked. Unfortunately, he did not get that necklace. He had found nothing. Then he went to the police, to the newspaper to offer a reward, to the cab companies everywhere. The tiniest glimmer of hope led him. Glimmer of hope, a ray of hope. Then he went to the police. He went to the newspaper to offer a reward. Whoever would return that necklace, if they got it, then they would be rewarded. For giving reward, he went to the newspaper for giving that news. Then he went to the cab companies. He went everywhere, wherever he found the ray of hope of getting that necklace. Because it was very devastating for them. At any cost, that necklace must have been found. Because they were from very middle class family, and that necklace had been of Mathilde's former schoolmate. It had been not affordable for them to return, to give its money. So at any cost, they determined to get it. So he went everywhere, wherever he found the tiniest ray of hope, he went to get it. Again, she went to the police, to the newspapers to offer a reward, to the cab companies everywhere, wherever the tiniest glimmer of hope took him. She waited all day in despair at this frightful disaster. Disaster, trouble, a huge problem. Mathilde had been waiting whole day in disappointment at that frightful disaster. Loisel returned in the evening, a hollow, pale figure. Then Loisel returned in the evening. Mr. Loisel returned in the evening. He was very in sad mood. He was totally in depressed mood. He came in hollow and pale mood. He had found nothing. Unfortunately, he had found nothing. You must write to your friend, he said. Tell her you have broken the clasp fastener of that necklace, by which that necklace would be joined, fastener. Look, when Loisel returned to the house after not getting that necklace, he was very nervous. He suggested her wife, you must write to your friend, he said. Tell her you have broken the clasp of a necklace, clasp fastener, and that you are having it mended. Mended means to repair. Then look, Mathilde's husband suggested Mathilde that she should write a letter to her friend. She should tell her that she had broken that clasp of that necklace and she needed to repair it, so that it will give us time to look some more. Due to that thing, they would get more time to find that necklace. Look again, what did Mathilde's husband suggest her? He suggested her that she must write a letter to her friend and she must tell her that she had broken the clasp of her necklace and so she needed to repair it. She had to repair it, so that due to that letter, according to Mathilde's husband, they would get more time to find out the necklace. They were just getting more time for finding that necklace by that suggestion. She wrote as he dictated, commanded. As Mathilde's husband demanded, Mathilde wrote a letter to her friend. At the end of 1 week, they had lost all hope. At the end of 1 week, look, the whole week they searched that necklace. The whole week they found that necklace. They both were finding that necklace for the whole week. Really, they struggled hard for finding that necklace, but unfortunately, after 1 week also, they couldn't find that necklace. And Loisel, who suddenly looked aged, declared, we must consider how to replace the jewel. And Loisel, she was looking so weak due to that stressful situation, due to that struggling and due to wandering here and there. And Loisel, who was looking very weak, suddenly declared that they must think how to replace that jewel. After not getting that necklace, Mathilde declared at any cost they must think how to replace that necklace. And so they went from jeweler to jeweler, looking for a necklace like the other one, consulting their memories, both sick with grief, sadness and anguish, extreme pain. Anguish, extreme pain. Grief, sadness, anguish, extreme pain. And look, so they both went from one jeweler to other for looking for the same necklace. They were remembering the memories of that necklace. They both were totally fulfilled with grief and extreme pain. Look. Finally, they decided to take new necklace as like previous. So they went from one jeweler to other jeweler looking for the same necklace like the previous one. They were taking consult of their memories, means they were remembering, they were recalling about that previous necklace, how it had been. They both were filled with grief and extreme pain. In a shop at the Palace Royal is the name of that shop, they found a string of diamonds which seemed to be exactly what they were looking for. In one shop, they both found a string of diamonds which seemed to be exactly what they were looking for. Look what happened. In one shop, Palace Royal, they found one string of diamonds which was same as that previous necklace, which seemed to be exactly what they were looking for. Fortunately, they got the same necklace. They got the necklace as like same of previous. It was worth 40,000 francs. And what was the price of that necklace? It was 40,000 francs. Look, what a huge amount, what a huge cost of that necklace. It was worth 40,000 francs. They could have it for 36,000. After bargaining, they could get that necklace in for 36,000. But 36,000, that amount was not so simple for them. That amount was tremendous for them. Yet they were really honest. They decided to return that necklace by buying new. After searching, they got such same necklace, but its cost was 40,000. After bargaining, they could get it in 36,000. So they begged, the jeweler begged, requested not to sell it for 3 days. So they requested that jeweler for not selling that necklace for 3 days, because they determined to buy that necklace at any cost. So just they requested that jeweler to keep that necklace for 3 days. And they made an arrangement that he would take it back for 34,000 francs if the other necklace was found before the end of February. While buying that necklace, they made one agreement. What agreement? If that old necklace had been found before end of February, then that jeweler would take that new necklace in 34,000. It means by reducing 2,000 francs. It had been agreed. It had been settled. Look, while buying that necklace, while doing that, they made one agreement. According to that agreement, if that old necklace had been found before the end of February, then that jeweler would take the new necklace in 34 francs after reducing 2,000 francs. And it had been agreed, it had been accepted. Now look, how did they manage that huge amount? How did they manage to collect that huge amount? Loisel had 18,000 francs which his father had left him as a property. Mr. Loisel had 18,000 francs which his father had left as his property. He would borrow the rest, and 18,000 francs, it means they needed again 18,000 francs. he would have to manage the remaining amount, and he did borrow. And look, he had to borrow that remaining 18,000 francs from someone, and he borrowed that money. He gave notes, made ruinous, destructive agreements, did every type of moneylender. And look, he borrowed that huge amount from moneylender by making destructive agreements, by dealing with every type of agreements with that moneylender. Such agreements which would destroy him wholly. Whatever interest that moneylender had told, Mathilde's husband was ready to take that huge interest because Mathilde and her husband were in very badly need of that money. So whatever interest would be there of that moneylender, they both agreed with each and every agreement of that moneylender. And look, those agreements would destroy them wholly if that amount would not be paid in time. Yet they agreed. Then he went to get a new necklace, laid down on the jeweler's counter 36,000 francs. Then they both, after getting that money, after collecting that money, they both went to get the new necklace. They laid down that necklace they laid down 36,000 francs on jeweler's counter and took that necklace. Look, after collecting that money, Mathilde's husband went to get new necklace. After reaching that shop, they put 30,000 francs on jeweler's counter. After arranging that amount, finally they both succeeded to get new necklace. Look what did they do after taking that necklace from jeweler. When Madame Loisel took the necklace back, Madame Forestier said coldly, why coldly? Because she might be a bit angry. You should have returned it sooner, I might have needed it. When Madame Loisel, means when Mathilde took that necklace back to Forestier, at that time her friend Forestier got a bit angry. She told her coldly that she should have returned that necklace sooner because she needed it. Mathilde did a bit late for returning that necklace, and why was she getting late? We knew it, but they did not tell that Forestier about losing that necklace, about missing that necklace, and about that new necklace. They just returned that necklace as her necklace. But due to getting late for giving that necklace, she had been a bit angry. So she told Mathilde she should have given it sooner as she needed it. From then on, Madame Loisel knew the horrible life of the very poor. From then, Madame Loisel started living the horrible life of very poor, because everything had been gone. Now they had the debt of 18,000 francs and they have to pay it at any cost. So Madame Loisel Mathilde knew the horrible life of the very poor, but she played her part heroically. Yet she did not get discouraged. She was not disappointed. She played her part heroically. The dreadful debt must be paid at any cost. They determined that dreadful debt must be paid at any cost. They would pay each and every sou of that amount. As really, it shows their honesty, their determination, their loyalty. She would pay it. They dismissed their maid for cutting the expenses, for saving the money. They did some arrangements. They made some changes. They dismissed their maid. They changed their lodging. Lodging means living place. They changed their present living place. They rented a garret. Garret means, look, a small uncomfortable room at the top of the house. A small uncomfortable room at the top of the house, as like storehouse. Look, they left their present house. Might be having huge rent, so they rented a garret under the room. They rented one small room under the room. Means they made many changes for cutting out the expenses. She came to know the drudgery. Drudgery means very hard, tedious work. Tedious of housework. The odious labors of the kitchen. Look, she did not know the hard work, the odious labors of the kitchen, because everything had been doing by maid. She was not cooking, she was not doing any work, but now she has to do everything. She has to manage everything. So she came to know the hard work of house as well as the odious labors of the kitchen. She washed the dishes, the dirty linen clothes. She had to wash the dishes. She had to wash the dirty clothes. She carried the garbage down to the street every morning and carried up the water, stopping at each landing to catch her breath. Look, she had to do each and every work herself. She had to wash the dishes. She has to wash dirty clothes, means their routine clothes. She had to carry the garbage down to the street every morning. She would carry the water from distance. While carrying that water, she used to stop to take long breath for relaxation, because she had been very weak due to that mental stress, due to their economic condition. She started doing each and every work and she was suffering too much. She would wash the dishes, clothes, she would carry the garbage down to the street every morning. She would carry the water. While carrying the water, she would get so exhausted, she would stop to take a long breath for relaxation. In such worst condition, she started her life. She had to bargain at markets, quarrel and face insults over every miserable soul. Soul means very less valued currency, as like 1 paisa, 1 cent, very less valued currency. She had to bargain at the place of market to save one soul. She had to bargain at the markets. Sometimes she would have to face quarreling, insulting feelings for every miserable soul. In such condition, they have been living when she had been visiting market to buy something at that time. To save one soul, she had to bargain, she had to face insulting feelings, insults from others. Each month, they had to pay some loans, renew others, get more time. Each month, they had to pay some loans, they would take renew that loan and get more time. Look in what system they were paying their debt. Each month they had to pay some loans. Also, they would renew others to get more time. In this way, they started to repay their debt. Her husband also was struggling hard. Her husband worked extra every evening doing accounts for tradesmen, often late into the night. He sat copying a manuscript at 5 souls a page. And her husband started doing extra work every evening in his office. He started doing accounts for tradesmen and in home also till late night he was doing manuscript at 5 souls for 5 souls a page. It means her husband was also doing extra work for earning more money. He had been working extra every evening. He had been doing accounts for tradesmen. Also, in a late night, he would doing manuscript for 5 souls for 1 page. In this way, he started extra work for earning money, and other side, Mathilde was trying to cut out daily expenses. Really, both were generous, both were honest, loyal to each other, and they had determined to pay that debt at any cost. Really, that was worth admirable. And this life lasted 10 years. And look, in this way, they lived 10 years, and such life had been lasted 10 years. At the end of 10 years, they had paid off everything, even the interest. At the end of 10 years, they had paid off everything, even the interest also. Finally, they succeeded to repay whole loan with interest. Look, their determination, their courage and honesty, these things of them were really admirable. With those values, they paid everything. Madame Loisel looked old now. In these years, Mathilde struggled very hard, worked very hard, and Madame Loisel had been looking very old now. Often she brooded over the past, brooded to think deeply. What would have happened if she had not lost that necklace? Often Mathilde would think deeply over her past. She would think that what would have happened if she had not lost that necklace. She would think that if she had not lost that necklace, then what would have happened? How strange life is. How strange life is. How fickle, changeable. She would think how strange life is, how changeable life is. How little is needed for one to be ruined and saved. She says how little is needed for one to be destroyed or to be saved. She would feel very sad when she would think over her past. she would blame the life, how changeable life is, how strange life is, how little is needed for one to be destroyed and saved. One Sunday, as she was walking in the Champs-Élysées, it's one place, suddenly she saw Madame Forestier, still young, still beautiful, still charming. Look what happened after 10 years. Mathilde met her former schoolmate Forestier. Where, look, one Sunday, as she was walking in the Champs-Élysées, suddenly she saw Madame Forestier, who had been still young, still beautiful, still charming. Why? Because of her economical condition, because of her stress-free life. Due to stress-free life, due to luxurious life, Madame Forestier was looking still beautiful, still charming, still young. Look, our condition also affects our health, our economical condition, our stressful situation also affects our health. People who live without stress, with healthy mind, then their health is also good. But people who are always in stress, who has the problem of, who has the economical problem, who had been suffering a lot due to lack of money, that situation also affects on their health. And the same condition was of Mathilde. Mathilde was looking very old woman due to that struggling period, due to that stressful life. But on the contrary, that Forestier was looking so healthy, so energetic due to her a luxurious lifestyle. And look what happened after that meeting. Mathilde met Forestier after 10 years. Madame Loisel felt emotional as soon as Mathilde saw Forestier. She became so emotional. She had been moved. Should she speak to her? She thought, should she speak to her? Yes, of course. And now that she had paid, she would tell her all. She thought herself she should speak to her. After thinking that thing, she reassured herself, why not? She should speak with her, because after all, she had paid everything and she should tell her all. Why not? Then she decided, she determined to speak with Madame Forestier. She went up to her. Good morning, Jenny. Then she went up to her. Good morning. Then look, after deciding to talk with her, she went up to her and she greeted her by telling good morning. Good morning, Jenny. Jenny is the name of Forestier. Forestier is surname. Madam went to her and greeted her. Look what happened. The other, astonished to be addressed so familiarly by this common woman, did not recognize her. Look, the other was shocked by that addressing so familiarly by that common woman, but Forestier, Jenny didn't recognize Mathilde in her condition. When Mathilde greeted Madam Forestier, at that time, Madam Forestier had been shocked. She had been shocked by addressing so familiarly by that common woman, and in that condition, Madam Forestier did not recognize Mathilde. She stammered, she faltered, she stammered, "But madam, I don't know, you must have made a mistake." Forestier told her that she didn't know her. According to her, she must have made a mistake. She must have made a mistake. She clearly told that Madam Forestier did not know that Mathilde. According to Madam Forestier, Mathilde must have made a mistake by calling her. "No, I am Mathilde Loisel." After that, Mathilde introduced herself by telling that she was Mathilde Loisel. Her friend uttered a cry as soon as Forestier listened that name. She cried, "Oh, my poor Mathilde, how you have changed!" She shouted in surprise, "Oh, my Mathilde, how you have changed!" "Yes, I have had some hard times since I last saw you, and many miseries, and all because of you." Then Mathilde told her everything. She told her that she had very hard times since she last saw her. She had a lot of miseries, and all because of her. She clearly told her that she had been suffering too much due to Madam Forestier. She had faced very hard times since she last saw her, and all was because of her. Me? How can that be? Then Madam Forestier got surprised after listening. Me? How can that be? When Forestier listened that she had been responsible for her miseries at that time, she had been totally shocked. She asked, how could it be? How had she been responsible for her miseries? You remember that diamond necklace that you lent me to wear to the ministry party. Then Mathilde told her to remember that diamond necklace which she had given her to wear in that ministry party. Yes, well, Forestier told. Yes, she remembered well that diamond necklace which she had given her to wear in that ministry party. Well, I lost it. Mathilde clearly told she had lost it. She had lost that superb diamond necklace. What do you mean? You brought it back? After listening Mathilde, Madam Forestier replied, what did she mean? Because she had given that necklace back at that time. Then how? Was she telling that she had lost that necklace? What did she mean? Now look, Mathilde replied, I brought you back exactly like it. And it has taken us 10 years to pay for it. Mathilde told her that she had brought her exactly same necklace like it. And it had taken them 10 years to pay for it. Mathilde told Madam Forestier that she had given her other new necklace, same as the previous necklace, which took them 10 years to pay for it. Look here. Some part has been left. I continue this part in next lecture because okay, look, Mathilde told her that she had brought back another exactly necklace which had taken their 10 years to pay for it. It wasn't easy for us. We had very little. Mathilde told Forestier it had been not easy for them because they had very little. But at last it is over, and I'm very glad. But at last it had been over. They paid their debt clearly, and now she was very happy for getting rid from that debt and from that responsibility. Now, what was the reaction of Madame Forestier? We shall look in the next lecture. Okay, I stop here.